I come to you today to tell you about a great evil, shrouded in very poor lighting, although it is very bright outside. For some reason, the camera refuses to use it properly. But despite the darkness that I find myself dwelling in, apparently in the camera, I'm going to tell you about this evil. This evil, many of you, especially if you're in the UK, have walked amongst and perhaps even admired. I'm going to talk to you today about Rhododendron ponticum. It sounds like the name of a demon, and to be fair, it rightly is. It is a woodland flower. This plant that I will show you on screen, oh my god, I'm so good at magic. This is one of the most invasive plants in the UK and a pain in my arse. And in the arses of many ecologists and environmentalists here in the UK. Why is this pretty flower such a pain? Because it's invasive. It shouldn't be here. I believe it's from Asia or perhaps like Eastern Europe. The point of the matter is, if you're from the UK, Ireland, and hell, even the United States, South America, it is not supposed to be. You can look up where it's from and, assess. But if you're from the UK, it's not supposed to be here. And it causes devastation, the likes only few other plants can match. And my god, when I first started my zoology course, zoology, right? Zoology, focusing on the science of animals. The first report I had to write was a 3,000 word report on Rhododendron ponticum. Now, why is this plant such an annoying plant? Basically, what it does is people plant it in their gardens and it escapes. It Houdinis out of there. Not itself, but its seeds or maybe its roots spread out into neighboring woodlands or even parklands and stuff like that. And it just overtakes woodlands. It grows super fast and super well that other plants just can't compete. Oaks, they grow super slow. They outlive everything else. They're like hundreds of years, but to get to that age, they can't be amongst things like rhododendron. And what it does, it creates what's called a monoculture. So basically, you just have one or two species of plants in an area, and it's not very conducive to other living things, like our birds or the plants, and so many different animals in the UK have evolved to live with certain things, like birch or oak, Scots pine, my pine. But they didn't evolve alongside rhododendron, so they're like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? It's pretty, a few bees and butterflies actually do like it, but it's not great. It overshadows, it creates a canopy that stops younger trees from growing. And it grows so abundantly because gardeners are still allowed to have it. There's a few other plants that are more invasive, like Japanese knotweed, again, does the same thing, creates a monoculture, becomes overabundant, and I fucking hate its guts. Every time I see it, it's on site, I've actually punched a few of them. But the worst one is Himalayan balsam. I'll put pictures of them on, so if you're from the UK or Ireland, you see them, get rid of them. There's different methods for killing them. The easiest to kill is the Himalayan balsam, but that spreads the worst, so if it's got seeds on its plant, don't kill it because they'll just explode. But anyway, I want to focus on Rhododendron ponticum. If you see this plant, kill it. I don't care if it's illegal to do so in a garden. Kill it. It's evil. It's bad. It causes issues for wildlife, and we don't like that, do we, guys? We love wildlife. We want to see it thrive. But it can't do so if Rhododendron ponticum is still allowed to go wild. It's a pretty plant. It's a pretty flower. But it just outcompetes everything and doesn't belong here, especially since we don't have a lot of mega herbivores keeping it in check like it did during the Ice Age. So basically, it's not illegal to have this on your land, but it's illegal for the other two, even though they're very similar in their invasiveness. And what's even more dumb, so like places like the Royal Horticulture Society in the UK and a lot of gardeners in general are like, you couldn't get rid of this beautiful flower. What would we grow? We'd be ruined. It's stupid because Rhododendron ponticum is a very specific species. And you just ban that and you're good. Because I'm pretty sure other species of rhododendron are fine. There's a bunch of different species that look just as pretty, but they don't do as well in the wild, and they get outcompeted by native plants if they do manage to escape somehow. So just don't make them illegal. Make Rhododendron ponticum illegal. And maybe one or two others that are around the same, or have risk of becoming invasive. It's really a no-brainer. And I just wanted to ramble about this because whenever I'm out with my friends and I see it on a walk, I'm just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Yeah, if you have friends who are in the environmental sectors, they probably know this feeling. And I think it's about time we all come together as a community and kill the shit out of this flower. Because it's evil. And evil should be mulched. Anyway, that's it for today. Goodbye, my loves.